Hello, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Razovy, and today you're watching the 3-episode rule show. This is a show that I have every Tuesday in which I talk about an anime that I watched the first 3 episodes of, and I'll then decide whether or not I actually want to watch it. Now, today I'm actually going to talk about Tokyo Revengers. Now, Tokyo Revengers, as of the time of recording this and also uploading this, has 16 episodes, and I believe in total it's going to have like 24 or 26 episodes. I'm actually not 100% sure. But I'm going to talk about Tokyo Revengers today. And at the end of this video, I'm going to say whether or not I actually will continue watching it. I'm just going to share my thoughts, as I usually do via these videos. Now, as per usual, don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to like this video. But without further ado, let's actually get started. Now, Tokyo Revengers, when I saw the first episode, we are introduced to this guy called Takemichi. And Takemichi, he's a salaryman, so I guess if you would directly translate it, would be salaryman. But in Japan, the salaryman are people that basically work for a big company and work crazy hours every day to basically please their company. And he's not very happy with his job, with basically how his life is turning out. I believe he's 25 or 26 at the time. I believe 26. Yeah, no, actually I remember 26. And so he's 26 and he feels like he hasn't accomplished anything in his life. And what he is mainly so sad about is that from everything that he ever did, he's always really sad about the fact that he runs away from any challenge that is given to him. Now, one day when he's sitting in his apartment, he's lying down and he's watching some TV. He actually notices something really interesting, or actually really horrible on the news actually, because his old middle school girlfriend turns out to have died at the age of 26. Now, his old girlfriend was called Hinata Tachibana, and she died. She died in basically a truck ran her over and she died, and apparently it has something to do with gang violence or something. That is something gang related. Not that she was in a gang, but she died because of 2 gangs fighting or something. And for some reason, this kind of wakes Takemichi up. He figures out that the death of his middle school girlfriend kind of revives him in a sense, and makes him want to live a better life. Or at least that's how it starts out, right? He then just lives the rest of, goes through his day, and nothing changes. His day just sucks, and he keeps on apologizing to everyone, and so nothing changes. Even though he told himself, I'm gonna make it better, I'm gonna straighten up my life, right? And then at the end of his day, when he's commuting back, or at least wants to commute back to his place, he is pushed onto the train tracks. And he is, at least that's what we think at first, ran over by a train, so he dies. When he opens up his eyes, though, he's actually transported back in time to his younger self when he was in middle school. So he basically gets a second chance, or at least that's what he thinks at first. And he meets his friends, his middle school friends, and he meets Hinata, right, his girlfriend at the time, and he actually tries to, or I mean, he doesn't necessarily try to, but he wants to find out, why Hinata died, and also why her brother, because her brother also died, and he meets them both, and he's like, I'm gonna save them in some way or form. So he actually tells the younger, this is all episode 1, by the way, he tells her younger brother, take care of your sister because you're both gonna die at this time, so make sure that you won't die. But then, he shakes the hand of this younger brother, and then he wakes up again, alive, safe and well, when he's 26 again. And it turns out that the younger brother survived, but he could not save Hinata. And that's basically the first episode. So I guess spoilers for the first episode, but I mean, it's not that big of a deal, I think. So the first episode, for some reason, didn't really interest me all that much. I actually figured that this was going to be a really, really cliche show. With actually, I didn't like the writing in episode 1, and I felt no connection to the main protagonist whatsoever. I actually thought he was kind of annoying. So I figured that, I'm not gonna like this. this anime is going to suck. I went on my AnyList profile and I asked some people on AnyList, like, should I continue watching this? Is this even worth it, or should I just drop it? And actually, most people said that no, just keep on watching. It's gonna get better. It will surprise you. And you always hear people say, "Oh, it's gonna get better." You hear that a lot, but when people said it's gonna surprise you, that's when I was like, okay, sure, I'll at least watch the first 3 episodes then, right? I'll at least give it that. And then I watched the second episode, and I was very surprised, actually. For some reason, the writing got a lot better. I got way more invested into the story and in the situation. And at episode 3, I was actually very impressed with the world building and with the characters. And at first, I felt like the characters weren't fleshed out at all, and that they were bland and boring, and especially the main character, like I said. And then once I finished episode 3, basically, I was like, wow, no, these characters are fleshed out and they actually mean something. And we are introduced to basically the guy that most likely had something to do with the death of Hinata when she's 26. Like, we meet that person as well. And then Takemichi is like, so the main protagonist, like, what should I do? Is this the actual guy that will do it, will actually kill her? Or it's such a nice back and forth in his mind, between like, am I doing the correct thing? Am I actually going to save Hinata? It's a very interesting way of storytelling, and that's the first 3 episodes. Like I said, like I'm very curious to see what the other episodes will bring, because my conclusion after watching the first 3 episodes is that I do like it. Of course, it's not set in stone that I will like the rest as well, but considering that the first 3 episodes actually really grip me, and I really want to watch the other episodes as well, I think I might actually really enjoy this show. So I think that if you haven't watched Tokyo Revengers yet, I think you should first and foremost watch the first 2 or 3 episodes. So don't just watch the first episode and like, oh, this is not for me, because that's the same reaction that I had. I was really like, oh wow, this main character, this is, he's bland, and I don't like the storytelling. The world building sucks. That's kind of what I felt like. So I was like, I'm gonna drop it. But after I watched the second episode, I was in. It didn't even take me 3 episodes. It took me 2 before I realized that, yeah, no, this is something that I do actually enjoy. The second episode is actually, it's very compelling. You're introduced to like the main bad guy that in episode 1 kind of beats up our main protagonists, and then Takemichi, like the main guy, right? He stands up to this bad guy and is actually rewarded. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but he's rewarded for standing up to him, and it makes sense that this is happening. It's really cool. Like, you're really into what's happening, and it makes sense that it's happening. It's just the storytelling is really good, and I also like the world building a lot, because at first I was like, oh, the world building sucks, but after episode 2, it makes sense, and I like the character motivations. The storytelling is really good. I do believe that this is actually worth my time. So regarding the 3 episode, the 3 episode rule, did this help me? Absolutely, yeah. I'm very happy to see that I decided to watch the first 3 episodes instead of only 1. And this is also why I do the 3 episode rule show, because sure, sometimes I'm disappointed even after the 3rd episode, but sometimes you're surprised by how good some of the episodes can be after the first one. And it was just kind of, how should I put it, like you just have to slog through the first episode, but then it will get better. And in some cases, that's actually true. And in Tokyo Revengers case, I believe that is 100% true. Now, I'm not sure if you guys felt the same way. Maybe what I've read so far, like I've read a couple of reviews of people from the first couple of episodes as well, and most people say that the story was compelling for them from basically the first episode. Now, I'm very curious to hear from you guys. Was that the same for you? Did you immediately feel a connection with the whole story after episode 1? Or did it also take you at least up to and including episode 2 or even episode 3 before you felt like it made sense and that you wanted to watch it? I'm very curious to hear what you guys think about that. Now anyway, I do hope you like this kind of content. If you do, make sure to click on the like button and subscribe to this channel, because I will make a lot more videos like this every Tuesday and every Saturday. So yeah, keep that in mind, please. Now, just thank you very much for watching. I really hope that it was enjoyable to you. Ladies and gentlemen, I was Razovy. You were you. and I will see you guys later. Goodbye.